Hello, martial artists. Let's review a martial arts timeline of some of the different styles of martial arts. On the left, you can see two ancient styles, Shui Jiao from China and Tei from Okinawa, a small island off the coast of Japan. Shaolin Kung Fu was created in China. Unlike Shui Jiao and Tei, we're able to date it. So the exact origin of Shui Jiao and Tei is unknown. Muay Thai was created in Thailand probably in the 1500s. Karate, although recognized today as a Japanese style, evolved from Okinawan Tei in Okinawa in the 1600s. Judo, which we know is an Olympic medal sport, was created by Higuro Kano in Japan in 1882. So these dated styles are old, but they're not quite ancient. Two modern styles are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, BJJ, and mixed martial arts, MMA. Let's look at some of these in detail. Shui Jiao means to trip or throw using the legs when you translate it from Chinese. So it's an ancient Chinese wrestling style. It influenced Kung Fu. Tei was developed in Okinawa and most probably evolved from Chinese martial arts introduced to the Okinawans by traders and traveling missionaries from China. By the 18th century, Tei had evolved into several distinct styles, different styles of Tei. Tei means fist or hand. Shaolin Kung Fu was developed in a temple in Henan, China, around 495 AD. It combines Zen philosophy and martial arts. It's known today for its rigorous training and diverse techniques. It's a very large curriculum. Muay Thai was developed in Thailand. Muay means boxing, and Thai is short for Thailand. Today it's practiced as a popular ring sport. It traces back to the 16th century, as you saw on the timeline. And you're familiar with the punches, the kicks, the elbows from our in-person class. Karate should be pronounced karate. That's the original Japanese pronunciation. And kata can be translated as China or as empty. Karate, empty hand. So it evolved from Okinawan Tei in the 17th century, but it wasn't until the 20th century when Gichin Funakoshi introduced it to Japan. Gichin Funakoshi was a Japanese school teacher who learned karate from a great master at night. Karate emphasizes striking techniques, punches, kicks, and of course, defensive blocks. Judo was founded by Higuro Kano. It focuses on grappling and throwing. So like Shui Jiao, it's a wrestling art, and it's an Olympic sport. It emphasizes the principle of gentle way. In fact, Ju means gentle way. And Higuro Kano is also the creator of Jiu-Jitsu. Ju, gentle. Jitsu means technique. So Judo means gentle way, Judo. Jiu-Jitsu means gentle technique. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu should be pronounced Jiu-Jitsu. It was developed in the early 20th century. The Brazilians were taught it by Mitsuyo Maeda. He was actually a student of Higuro Kano. He traveled to Brazil and taught Jiu-Jitsu. Now it's called Jiu-Jitsu in Brazil because the language of Brazil is Portuguese. So that's how it's pronounced in Portuguese. But we know it as BJJ, just like we know mixed martial arts as MMA. These drawings are from an ancient manual called Essentials of the Fist. Actually, it's not ancient, it's about 500 years old. And when you read the text that you can see there, you'll see phrases like, when this is executed properly, the enemy will cry in pain until the heavens can hear him. So 500 years ago, martial arts was still an extremely violent use of technique for combat. Our ancestors created martial arts to improve their violence, to make their violence more effective for warfare. But as you can see by the gentle way of judo, and as you'll soon see by some of the writings of Gichin Funakoshi, martial arts evolved into a pathway to spiritual cultivation and ethical moral behavior. So you'll see more about that in our next video. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this timeline.